Welcome to the Kelly Healing Project, where we have real conversations about healing, growth, and stepping into your power. I'm Kelly, and I'm so glad you are here. Today's podcast is titled The Freedom of Letting People Be Disappointed. So one of the hardest lessons I've learned is that no matter what you do, someone will be disappointed. Someone will disagree with you and someone won't like you. The moment I accepted that was the moment I started feeling free. So many of us spend years trying to manage other people's emotions. We literally try to make everyone happy. We try to avoid conflict. We keep the peace. We explain ourselves. We get everyone to understand our choices. But the problem is it doesn't work. And no matter what decision you make, someone will think you're wrong. Someone will want something different from you. Someone will misunderstand you. If your goal is to please everyone, you'll spend your life abandoning yourself. And in the end, you are the one that loses that. And you are the one that has to live with that and has to live with how unhappy you truly are. Because also one thing you must understand is that some people, they really even don't want to be on our side. Some people, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter, I don't know, how much you give them, how much you pour into them. They just don't want to understand you. Or even how much you explain. They don't want to understand you. And that's perfectly okay because some people are like that. And it's not your priority. It's not your responsibility to change people. You have to let people be. And sometimes even some people, you have to love them from afar. And that's perfectly okay. So an example of how I had to basically stop people pleasing, how basically the freedom of letting people be disappointed, even just setting boundaries too. I know one year, I think it was a couple of years ago, it may have been in 2022 or 2023, I made a New Year's resolution that I was no longer going to people please. And if I didn't want to do something, then I wasn't going to do it. You know, this is not something as simple as, I don't want to make dinner. It's more of, if somebody invites me somewhere and I don't want to go, I'm not going. I don't need to explain why. I don't need to say, no, thank you, and go on this long tangent about, how maybe, I wasn't feeling well or no. No is the complete sentence. You don't have to elaborate after that. And if you feel like you have to constantly explain yourself, that's another area that you give your power away when you over-explain. You don't need to over-explain. No is a complete sentence. But setting those boundaries and, say no. And if somebody texts you, you know what? You don't have to text them back. Because having people constantly just think that they could text you and you just immediately respond, that's draining. I don't want people having access to my energy at all times. If I want to text you, I will text you. And if I don't, I'll text you later, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. But also, this comes to other things like setting boundaries with your family. And I had to do this, especially when I got older with my mother, because she did not like boundaries. And it's funny that the very people that don't like your boundaries are the very people who will step all over you and take advantage of you. And when I started having boundaries and saying, no, you can't send me, hateful, mean text messages like that. I will delete them immediately. I even told her, you can't send me hateful letters. And literally she would send me letters and I would just shred them. I wouldn't even read them. Because at some point, my mom, I really don't understand. When she was alive, I don't understand what went through her mind. I don't understand why she thought that it was okay to treat another human being that way, and especially that they were family. But the truth of the matter is, there's so many people that are struggling with that so many people feel extremely unsupported by family. That you would think that that complete strangers, would treat you worse than family, but I've had circumstances where complete strangers treated me a hell of a lot better than my own family. Even after finding out I was pregnant with my second child, my mother got mad at me and for some reason, and she would always do this. Like, she would just get mad at me and just like basically, just taking that love away, where love was conditional whenever I met her needs. And you know what? I wasn't playing that game. And I'm a lot stronger now because I can pour into my own cup, and I don't need another individual to tell me that I'm worthy of love. I know that I'm worthy as I am because I give to myself, and I don't need other people's validation, love, or anything like that. When you're able to give that to yourself, now that is extremely powerful. But I had to set boundaries with her, and she did not like them, for one. Not at all. But you know what? I didn't care. Because most of my life, it was all about her. And this is my life, and I'm living it. And if you don't like the fact that I have simple boundaries telling you how to treat me, and it's, you need to treat me well, and you don't like that, that's not my fucking problem. Excuse the language, but it sounds like a her problem and not a me problem, and that's exactly what it was. And some people come back and they're like, well, she's family. That's all the more reason why she should have treated me better. But it's funny how when you have enough balls to stand up to family like that, how you're labeled the black sheep of the family because you don't fit in with that dynamic, where you're a lot smarter and you have I don't know, maybe a conscience and morals, where you don't treat people like that, other people like that, and you expect for other people not to treat you like that. I'm not a mat that you could just walk all over whenever you want. I'm a human being who deserves a lot better. And if you're listening to this and you've been through something like that, then you do too. Well, I mean, everybody does. Everybody deserves better, but I know that there's so many people out there that struggle like that. It's amazing how some family can just be really, really, really crappy. But setting those boundaries, that is exactly letting people be disappointed. I had to let her be disappointed. I really didn't care because at the end of the day, when I had to set those boundaries, and well, I've set boundaries several times, but one of the last times I had to set boundaries, I had kids that looked up to me, and I had to set those boundaries. You can't treat me like that because I have these little boys that are looking up to me, and if they think that it's okay for somebody to treat their mother like that, then they're going to let other people treat them like that. And that's not okay. But also, this goes for several other things about letting people be disappointed. Maybe how about, if you have a dream and you want to work towards it, how about posting those videos online, even if somehow you have a fear or that people may judge you? Who cares? At the end of the day, nobody's here forever, and we have a limited time on this planet, and it's time that we start really following our dreams, following our goals, and we stop letting other people's reaction dictate that. But also, like I said, setting boundaries, even for me, another thing, let people disappointed, leaving my marriage. I knew people would be disappointed. I really didn't care. I knew that I was deeply unhappy and that I needed to get in a safe environment where I could probably properly heal my complex PTSD from crap even before my ex. And of course, he really didn't help. He didn't give me a safe place to be myself. And that was when most of my healing truly began was when I left, because you have to give yourself a safe environment to heal in. You can't heal in an environment that you don't feel safe in. If you have somebody who constantly blows up at the first inconvenience, first of all, that's very juvenile. It's the right word to say. Trying to say it in a gentle manner, but it's very juvenile. It's very, you're a 5-year-old who you can't manage your own emotions, and somehow you feel like a failure, so you think blowing up is okay. But then again, I feel like I'm always the one that comes around and tries to put everything back together. It's time for me to put myself back together. And that's exactly what the hell I did. And it was the best thing ever. And that day was amazing. And I know that day, March 6th, 2018. Such a great day. I'm so proud of myself. I did so good. But anyways, we need to learn to cheer ourselves on. We need to learn to truly see what amazing individuals that we are. We truly do. So basically, people pleasing comes from fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of conflict, childhood conditioning, and believing your worth comes from making others happy. So many of us learned that if everyone around me is okay, then I'm okay. But you know what? That's not actually your responsibility. And if you happiness is always, it's an inside job. And if you have somebody, and my mom was like that, she would make me feel responsible for her happiness. And that wasn't my fucking problem. That was her problem and not a me problem. But she sure as hell learned to not take responsibility for her own damn life. And she sure as hell knew how to put it on me. So I had to grow up very quick. But let me tell you, I'm a strong, badass woman. And I love the drive. And I love the determination. And I love what this whole journey has taught me. And I have a lot of gratitude and I'm extremely grateful for it, even though at the time, and even though sometimes, there's still a little pain there. And, I cried so much because really I just wanted to be loved, and I never got that. At least, it's like she would say it and then she would just take it away with something else. But I've come a long way and I'm so proud of myself. But you know what? It's not your job to make everybody happy. So even imagine trying to make every person at a restaurant happy. One person wants Italian, one person wants Mexican, one person wants Chinese, and one person just wants to stay home and eat something at home. So there's no decision that's going to make everybody happy. Life is the exact same way. Everybody is different, and happiness is an internal job. And once you finally, truly, fully experience happiness, where you're able to give happiness to yourself, because it truly is an inside job, and then you're free. You're not weighed down by everybody else. But listen, I've been a victim of it too, because with somebody with complex PTSD, OMG, we learn to read the room. We are so in tune with emotions. We can read your body language and see if you're upset, because that's exactly what we did growing up. In order to, quote, survive, even if, for instance, you didn't have a weapon pointed at your head, your body didn't know the difference. Your body knew that your nervous system was all over the place. That you have an emotionally immature parent who can't even regulate her emotions, and she's 40 years old. And here you are, I don't know, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and you have somebody that's just up and down. I love you, I hate you, you're the worst, God, you never know what you're going to get. But at the end of the day, my mom was like a ticking time bomb. It's like, if you're war and, there's these bombs and they're going to go off. You just don't know when. That was my home. I knew it was going to go off. I didn't know when. Like, it was just, up and down, up and down. She had of her own, a lot of her own trauma. It's a generational thing that she never truly healed, and she projected all of that onto me. And, it's just generation. And nobody has enough balls to put an end to it. Nobody actually looks at it and says, you know what? I think that this is very toxic, and I don't want to be a part of this anymore. But instead, they got to wait till the right person comes along, that person in the bloodline that has enough balls to actually put an end to it, and actually has enough tenacity, drive, determination to say, you know what, I know that I will not be a part of the problem, that I will be a part of the solution. And even if I am labeled the black sheep of the family, I don't care. I would rather be alone for all of eternity than to be affiliated with individuals who are nothing but toxic and just constantly spew hate and just nasty emotions. That is not me. That was never me. And I will be a part of something more beautiful. And I will take all this messy shit and I will turn it into something beautiful. And I will teach it to the world. I will show people how I myself have overcome extreme nervous system dysregulation, have healed myself from complex PTSD, no longer have nightmares, haven't had nightmares in probably, I don't know, 4 to 5 years. I really don't know. It could be longer. When I used to, even at times, have nightmares almost every night, I used to be afraid to close my eyes, man, because I knew I didn't want to close my eyes. I don't want to go back to that place. And it's pretty bad when you don't even want to go to sleep. Just constant not being supported, having people, just constantly turn their back on you. And this wasn't just my own family. This was even extended family. But you know what? I love the people that try to come against me because people really do. I'm getting off topic here and I'm so sorry, but people really do underestimate me. But I have a certain drive and a tenacity and determination. You can't even stop me from what I'm about to do. You can't stop me from the things that the difference that I'm about to make in this world. You can't stop me. And people think that somehow that if they break my spirit enough that she won't come back. Don't y'all realize that from my pain it becomes my purpose? But please, please, you can have this too. You can take your pain and you can transform it into your purpose, and you can come one of the. Try not to cuss, but I kind of want to. The badass motherfuckers that walk this planet. And people can look at you and they don't even know your story. And they're like, damn, look at her. She walks with such quiet confidence. She doesn't put anybody down. She smiles at people. She treats people kindly. Baby smile at her. She loves animals. That kind of, I don't need to overtalk people. It's funny how one thing that I've learned too is the loudest people are the most insecure. True confidence is quiet. We don't need to announce ourselves. You just feel it. You feel the energy shift in the room. I don't need to tell you that I arrived. But also, I don't need to be the center of attention either. But that's true confidence. But the goal isn't to make everyone happy. The goal is to make decisions that are aligned with your values. So you have to truly ask yourself, what feels right to me? What is aligned with my goals? What is aligned with my healing? What would I choose if I wasn't afraid of disappointing someone? So basically, you can disappoint people and still be a good person. It's not your job to make everybody happy. You can say no and still be kind. You can choose yourself without being selfish, and don't let those other people turn that on you. My mom did that. Oh, you're so selfish. She was the selfish one. A lot of times these toxic people, they're projectors. So what they're accusing you of is what they're doing. But most people, they get so, oh my God, somebody's unhappy with me. Oh my God, she said I'm selfish? Yeah. The truly toxic people, yeah, they tell you exactly what they're doing. You're so selfish. It's because she was selfish. She was, because she made it all about her. That's fine. But also, not everyone has to understand your journey in order for it to be the right path. You have to do what's true to you. Don't listen to other people. It's not support. Who cares? And you don't need to announce and tell everybody what the hell you're doing. Sometimes, you know what? You just need to put your head down and you need to move in silence. You don't need other people's approval. You don't need other people to give you permission to make the next step in your life. You need to give yourself permission for that. So if you're spending your life trying to please everyone, you'll eventually lose yourself. But when you stop seeking everyone's approval and you start listening to your own inner voice, that's where freedom begins. That's where true freedom begins. It's not your job to make everyone happy. And if somebody makes you feel that way, then they are the toxic one. True friends and true family, true people that are there for you, they will support you. Even if you need to, hey, listen, I'm kind of overwhelmed right now. I need to pull my energy back. Okay, that's fine. You can text me whenever you're free. They will be supportive. They will support what is best for you and not vice versa, what's best for them. Be careful of those people who always, they're not there for you, but they want you to constantly be there for them. When they make it all about them, what can you do for me? Take an inventory of that. Take an inventory of people that are around you. And if you truly feel supported, if it's not, but don't make it all about you. It should be a give and kind of take thing. So just know it is not your job to make everyone happy. So if this episode resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. So what's one area of your life where you're choosing yourself instead of trying to make everyone else happy? You can reach out through my website at thekellyhealingproject.com, or you can email me at thekellyhealingproject.com, thekellyhealingproject@gmail.com. And please let me know. And also, even if you have any suggestions for future episodes, or you just want to say hello, feel free, send me an email or go on my website and reach out to me. There's a form on my website where it would send me an email and let me know about your email and about it. So I want to thank everyone for listening. So thank you so much for listening to the Kelly Healing Project. Remember, everything is not about becoming someone new. It's about reconnecting with who you truly are, healing the past, empowering the future. Like I said, if you'd love to connect further, you could visit me at thekellyhealingproject.com. I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.